Hey guys, Joel Sangerman here, and by far the biggest question that I get asked when it comes to real estate is how do I get started learning how to invest in real estate? And the first thing that I recommend for everybody is that you learn how to swim, because it's not going to be long until you have an awesome pool like this and you get to go on a little bit of a dip. But there's actually 5 strategic imperatives that you're going to have to learn. The first is you're going to have to learn how to structure deals so that you can actually monetize any seller situation. No matter what the situation is with the seller or with the house, you just want to be able to ask them questions and plug them in to a strategy that allows you to drive revenue. So that's the first thing, is learning all the strategies across the spectrum so that you can buy any house from any seller. The second thing is you really have to learn how to get that information out of your brain and into the seller's brain, which means you need to learn how to communicate effectively. Really, all real estate deals are consummated based on some sort of conversation or dialogue. It's not the technology that you have. It's not even the fancy schmancy marketing or the fancy software that you have. It's the phone conversation that you have with the seller. So you need to learn the right approach, okay? So the right approach is critical, and that would be something that would be an essential part of your foundation to becoming a successful real estate investor. Once you learn the approach, then you need to learn how to ebb and flow with the conversation based on the different questions that come up from sellers. In other words, how to handle objections, how to handle questions. What are the right answers to the various questions that sellers have surrounding the type of deal structure that you're placing them in? And I'd say there's about 30 of them, and you need to memorize those and get really good at discussing the options and alternatives with the seller, because that's where the deal is made. The deal is made in the question and the answer and the give and take that occurs between seller and you, the buyer. Okay, so that's 3 of the 5 things. The 4th thing is just being able to memorialize in writing what you've agreed to orally with the seller. So you're going to need to go through some kind of course on paperwork, how to fill out the paperwork, how to put all the protections, the clauses, the things, the bells, the whistles, the stuff that protects you and your seller during the course of the transaction, whichever side you're on. Remember, you're both seller and buyer. Okay? So that's the 4th. And then the 5th is, once you have these skills, you got to know the deal structures. Those got to be uploaded to your brain. Then you have to know how to approach the seller with that information that's in your brain in a compelling manner. That's number 2. Number 3 is you have to know the ebb and flow, the ability to answer the various questions that will come up from sellers. Number 4 is memorializing the paperwork. And when you have all that, now we can go into hyperdrive. Now we can really accelerate our progress by scaling up our business, because we know how to construct deals and make deals, and now we really want to hone in on the lead generation aspect. And those who can generate leads better than others are folks that are going to be able to put their skills to the test more frequently and get more deals done. So that would be the 5th thing, is getting your lead generation done properly. Okay? Now, I specialize in training folks across all 5 of those dimensions, but if you like to get started in real estate, that's what you got to know how to do. The deal structures, the approach, the objection handling, the paperwork, and then how do you generate leads. So learn how to do those things, and if you need help, holler at your boy. I'm going for a swim.